What's up, vinyl community? It's Steve again, Harmless Rebel, and it's time for another hard rock and heavy metal update. Let's just jump into it. First up, we got an all-time death metal, thrash metal classic. This is the 2008 or 9 repress, 2007 repress, sorry. This is actually the first pressing of it, but this is Leprosy from Death. I just talked about Death in my last video. This isn't my favorite period of Death. I do like this album, but Spiritual Healing is where they really took off in my eyes, and from that point on I loved everything that they but I still love the first two albums, but they're probably my least favorite of the Death catalog. But this one is on a really cool splatter vinyl, I guess you would call it, clear splatter vinyl. I will say that although these sound nice, the 2007 represses, they don't sound as good as the new represses from Relapse that have been coming out over the last couple of years. And it's funny, I talked about it in my last video. I was pissed off because I keep missing the new box sets, so I put myself on the email list for when the new one comes out. And they just announced they're releasing another album. I can't remember which one it is off the top of my head. But I got the email, and literally 5 minutes later I went to click to order the box set. Sold out already. It's so ridiculous. And they do them in such limited, I think they only do, it's either 300 or 500 of them. So I don't know what you have to do to be able to get one of those. Because I see a bunch of people on the VC showing them. But I've tried to get one the last couple times, and they always sell out within minutes. So I don't know if you just have to be lucky and be on the website or what. But next up is this is when I really started liking this band. This band's been around a while, and they've just never done it for me. With this album, they went more the progressive route, from what I understand, and I really started digging them. And I like this album and the last one that they released. But this is The Hunter from Mastodon, and this one is on red vinyl. Great album though. Their earlier stuff is alright. It's just all over the place for me, and I just can't get into it. I don't really have anything bad to say about it, and I know that they're super popular, especially here in this area where they're from, but their last two albums, like I said, are the ones that have really stood out to me. This next one was VCLT from Baraka P-Dub, and really cool EP from Skeleton Witch. This is the Apothic Gloom. If you're not familiar with Skeleton Witch is a thrash band. Just pretty much straight up thrash. Really good EP though. They hadn't put anything out in a couple of years, so it was nice to see something new come out. And I'm actually going to see them in a few weeks. They're playing here in Atlanta. I'm actually going to, one of the opening bands is a band that I really like, so I'm going to see for that. So when I go see them, I'll definitely do another concert review for that show. This next one was one of the bigger selling metal albums from last year. This is from Death Heaven, and this is New Bermuda. Death Heaven's a black metal band. If you're looking to get into black metal, this is a real accessible album or band to check out. It's an American black metal band, and they're of the newer American style, similar to Wolves in the Throne Room, where it's more post-metal, post-rock sounds with the black metal vocals over the top, and I really like the style. It's funny. This is one of those albums and one of those bands that the black metal community loves to hate on. They always talk trash. They call it this band specifically. They don't do it with Wolves in the Throne Room for some reason, which is a real similar sound, but a lot of people call them yuppie black metal, or they have a bunch of weird bunch of names for them. But it's funny, all of those people, including a couple of people in the vinyl community that I've heard talk bad about the band, I know for sure that they have this album and that they have their album. So, you know, it's just one of those bands where it's trendy to talk trash about them. Really cool packaging though. You can see it's got this obi right here with a mirrored effect on it. pull it out. But it's got that really cool obi. And then the artwork here is really beautiful. I don't know if you can see the face there, but it's all textured. And then this one is on a clear purple and blue and red splatter vinyl. With whips and chains. In the background, if you can hear that, I am listening to With Whips and Chains from Savage Master. I just did a video a couple videos ago of their live show, Killer Live album or Killer Live band. As I mentioned there, they're one of my favorite of the newer bands out right now. This is their second album that came out a few months ago, and one that I highly recommend picking up. Just really good classic metal. And you can check out my review. If you check out my review of the concert, you'll see some video footage of the band as well. And here's the album cover. And you can see it signed by the band. Next up, one of the all-time classic EPs. It's more of a single with a couple of live tracks, but this is Fuck You from Overkill. I found a really clean copy of this finally. I see it from time to time pop up, and it's always way overpriced, and most of the time it's in really shitty condition. This one's near mint, and I got it for like 12-15 bucks. And at the same place, I found one of my favorite bands from Overkill, and probably the album that kind of took them to the next level. This is Under the Influence. And this one, I don't know if you can see, it's a gold stamp promo. Under the Influence is just classic thrash. I think it was 88 when it came out. Yeah, 88. Headbangers Ball era. Every single song on here is a hit of theirs. If they were to come and play just the songs from this at a live show, you would have a blast. You would know most of the songs. They were all over MTV. They were all over Headbangers Ball. Just an amazing album. Next up, this is probably one of the best debuts of all time, and I would probably say the top 3 or 4 EPs of all time. This is the self-titled EP from Queensryche. Man, if you haven't heard this, you're missing out. All 4 songs on here are amazing. They haven't really gotten to the progressive sound yet. This is still straight up metal. At the time, they were a cover band, and they were playing a lot of Motorhead, a lot of Iron Maiden, a lot of stuff like that. So you definitely hear that in here. But Queen of the Reich and The Lady Wore Black are 2 of my all-time favorite Queensryche songs. But all 4 songs on here are just classic songs. And this is an album that's a must-have for anybody that likes metal. This next one, I picked this one up, I don't know, 2 or 3 months ago. I got it for cheap. I read online that it was hard rock, so I decided to give it a chance. And pleasantly surprised. It is. It's melodic hard rock, bordering on AOR, but not quite AOR. This is Love Affair. This is their debut album from '80, I believe. I believe it's 1980 when this came out. You definitely hear some of that 80s hard rock sound, but there's still a lot of the 70s blues rock in here. The vocalist is a great, a really nice sound. He actually sounds kind of like, you can definitely hear the Zeppelin influence here. We'll just leave it at that. But really good album, though. I really dug this. I wasn't sure what to expect. I mean, it doesn't really look like a hard rock album, but or a hard rock band, but really good album. I believe they were from Ohio. Next up, this one was VCLT from Scott. I've given this 3 or 4 spins since I got it. This is more Warhead. More is a new wave of British heavy metal band. Very much influenced. They're very much on the bluesy hard rock side of the new wave of British heavy metal spectrum. What really made them stand out was how good they play. A lot of the new wave of British heavy metal bands were kind of rough, you know. The More albums the musicians are all amazing. The guitar work, what's the guitarist's name? What's his? I think it's Kenny Cox. His guitar work is just on point. The guy's phenomenal. And all the songs are really well written. You definitely hear that 70s hard rock influence in it, though, and it's a really, really killer album. I kind of like the second album, their second album, a little bit better, but still, solid album. Definitely worth checking out. This next one is a really good band. I was unfamiliar with this band. I was at, they just opened up a Half Price Books here locally. They actually opened up 2 of them. And I've picked up some really good stuff. A lot of them I haven't listened to, so you'll see those in future videos. But these next 2 albums, I both got from Half Price Books. And they were doing a Labor Day sale. So a lot of the stuff was already marked down because they just opened the store. And then everything was, I believe, 20% off. So I got an even bigger discount. So I picked these both, this one and the next one up for under 10 bucks. I think I paid like $8 for them. Unknowing to them, apparently, this is actually a limited first pressing of only 100, and it sells for 50-60 bucks. And I picked it up for like $8. But killer band. This is a local band here in Georgia called Royal Thunder. They're kind of a mix of 70s hard rock, psych, and doom. And it's a female-fronted band, and her vocals are amazing. And she shifts between this almost gospel singer-like, really angelic voice, all the way into this real gruffy Riot Girl type of, almost like, but the singer from Bikini Kill. I can't think of her name off the top of my head, but that kind of Riot Girl growl, and it's really cool. And this was on Relapse. But like I said, really good band. And I'll see if there's a video I can find online. I'll put a link down below so you can check them out, because I really dug this one. But like I said, this was limited to 100 on clear vinyl. And every one of them I've seen online that sold for over 50 bucks. So I'm not looking to sell it. Just thought that was a good deal for $8. But again, highly recommend checking this band out. They have another album that came out too. This one was 2012, I believe. They had a 2015 album as well that I'll be on the search for. Last but not least, this is a super group for sure. It's a band I had never heard of. I don't know how this one slipped past me, because I'm a fan of all the bands. It's from 2013. And this is a self-titled album from Snake Charmer. Now I have to pull this up because I knew I would get it wrong. So it was founded by Mickey Moody and Nick Murray, which are the original guitarist and bass player for Whitesnake. It's also got Lori Weisfield from Wishbone Ash, Harry James. Let's see, Harry James from Thunder, and then Adam Wakeman, who was the keyboardist for Ozzy Osbourne. And let me check something. Sorry. Lori Weisfield. Oh, okay. Now there was a Lori and Moore too, so I was seeing if it was the same Lori. But so you've got members of Wishbone Ash, members of Thunder, members of Whitesnake, and then Adam Wakeman from Ozzy Osbourne. And you honestly hear a little bit of that. Well, not so much the Ozzy Osbourne, but definitely the Whitesnake and the Thunder in here. This is a really nice mix of 70s and 80s hard rock and blues rock. The guitar work on here and the bass work, absolutely phenomenal. Just a killer album. For all you guys that are into the 70s and 80s hard rock, this is one that you need to keep an eye out for. And if you have a Half Price Books in the area, go check. Maybe they got one there. That's pretty much it, VC. Kind of a short one. I got some more stuff coming soon, so I'll talk to you soon, and take care.